Now seems like a pretty appropriate time to hear from someone who can tell us a little bit more about the Beatson and what it does. Let's give a very warm West End welcome to their CEO, Martin Cawley. Martin, come on up.
Oh, it's quite dark out there now. Thank you very much, Claire, for the invitation and for the invite. Gillian, it would be remiss of me not to come along and just say a few words of thanks to you tonight, but maybe before doing that, I just discovered tonight there that I actually know the Shirreffs family. I went to school with a number of them who are sitting in this room. Gillian, a few years below me, I have to say, right enough, but you will know my wife, the guys who I'm talking about, they'll know my wife. Lynn was saying to me tonight, and before I came in, she said, "What are you going to?" And I told her it was a book launch, and she was saying, "Oh, really? And what are you going to say?" And I said, "Well, I'm not really sure. I'll just say what comes into my heart and my head at the time." And she said, "Well, a book launch." She said, "Don't try and be too intellectual." And I said, "Well, you know that there's not much chance of that." And she said, "Don't try and come across as far too charming or anything like that." I said, "Right, okay." And she said, "For God's sake, don't try and be funny." She said, "Just be yourself." And I thought, right, fair enough. What a ringing endorsement that is, just be myself. So. Listen, some of you will know Beatson Cancer Charity, unfortunately, very intimately. Others will know it by association. It would be wrong not to come along and paint a picture of the context, not just of the sort of journey and pathway that Gillian's been through, but many other people who are touched and affected by this illness. I don't know how many people are in the room tonight. I'm looking around there. There's probably about 150 to 200 people sitting in this room. In the coming year, there'll be about 35,000 people in Scotland diagnosed with cancer. The vast majority of those people will be in the west of Scotland, so about 17,000, 18,000 people in the west of Scotland will be affected by cancer. But let's for a moment just think 35,000 people. We've got a population of about 6 million. Imagine those 35,000 people. I know this is going to sound a wee bit generic, but those 35,000 people have a partner. Now all of a sudden there's 70,000 people affected by that person's cancer. You imagine they've got maybe a couple of children. Now there's 210,000 affected by that person's cancer. Imagine they've got a couple of siblings in each side of the family. Now you're over 1 million people affected by that cancer. Never mind their family and friends, never mind their colleagues, never mind their work associates, are all those people that you come into contact in your life. If you look at someone sitting at the table next to you, they will know what it feels like to have cancer or be affected by cancer. It might be a husband or a wife, it might be a brother, a sister, it might be a mum, a dad, God forbid it might be a child, a son or a daughter, and it's definitely a colleague or a friend. It affects all of us. We had a walk here in the West End last week. I apologise for sort of going off a wee bit. We had a walk in the West End last week. There were about 3,000 of us walking around the West End with our yellow T-shirts on. Everybody loves the association with the Beatson. So we all had our yellow T-shirts on, and when you're up on the stage saying a few words at the beginning of that walk, it's such a beautiful sight to see that vast array and sea of yellow. And people come there for emotional reasons. They don't necessarily come for logical reasons per se, they come for emotional reasons. And for that walk, we call it off the Beatson track, and for that walk we put white hearts on the back of our T-shirts. And the reason that we do that is because people like to write messages on the back of their T-shirts. So as you're walking around behind people, you often read their messages, and you'll read things like, "Love you to bits, Mum," "Miss you every day, Dad," "With you every step of the way, Gillian," "You'll never walk alone, John." Do you know, you read these intimate personal messages in people's T-shirts, and when you read it, you think, God, I know that, I recognise that, I understand that. And when you strip all that back, that's where true empathy comes from. True empathy is about knowing what it feels like. And as I said, when you're looking at your colleagues, your friends, your partners around the seats and tables here, they know what it feels like as much as you do. And you're here in support of a woman who's been through that personal journey with you, carrying her on the way. And ladies and gentlemen, that's quite a significant contribution that you've made to help Gillian through her journey. And it's a contribution that should never be underestimated. I'm here at a book launch. I can't believe it. I left St Ninians High School with a couple of O-levels, as some of you will know. And you think, here you are at a very beautiful venue with some very intelligent and talented and creative people. And who am I to stand here and think about that? But these people are not just talented. Gillian Shirreffs is not just very talented in terms of being an author. She's very talented in being a person. because she's using that gift to give something back to other people that she doesn't know. Also, all the sales and proceeds for the book. So from being a gifted woman, what a gifted person that selflessly does that to help the journey for other people that she doesn't know, because she knows what it feels like. And that's why she's doing it. That's her motivation. There are some people who helped support Gillian, some colleagues from the Beatson who are in the room tonight, some people who are part of your clinical support going through that. It's a really warm welcome to you. It's a privilege for us in the charity to be associated with that hospital. And it's a privilege because there are so many thousands of people across the west of Scotland in particular that provide £1, a tenner, £100, £1,000 and sometimes £100,000 because they know what it feels like. And you are here to support a woman who's been through that journey. She appreciates that very much, and I can rest assured, Gillian, we appreciate it more than you can imagine, as will those other people. So thank you very much indeed for your support.